instead of your translator?
Sure. I won't spend the whole interview looking at it.
Some people do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're right.
No, I'm staying with you.
It's nice just to be outside and not have to hold an umbrella up.
Yeah, but look over there.
You are on the frame? Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
It's rolling.
Okay, congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
Absolutely loved it when I saw it yesterday morning.
Yeah.
You had your premiere last night.
Yeah.
Tell me, how did that go?
I mean, it was tremendous. You know, I mean, each time it's a surprise to be in Cannes, you know, because the audience is so warm, you know, and you can see the actors and they are applauding them, you know, and it's so warm to see that affection that the audience can have for a movie. Yeah, it was a thrilling moment.
And do you get nervous when you come here showing your film?
Half nervous, half pride. I have proud. You see what I mean? You know, to be part of the selection, to be part of the ceremony, you know, and to can offer that, you know, as a gift, you know, to the actors. Yeah, I'm quite proud of it.
And this is quite a unique story. It's quite a complex story. What sort of made you want to tell this particular story?
I guess it has to do with the friendship. It's very rare to see films about friendship, you know, and I thought it was great. It's a topic which is not that explored in cinema. You know, two men that everything that, you know, we shouldn't be friends, you know, because one is coming from Europe and the other one is coming from Montana, and they meet, you know, in this snow place which is Topeka, and they have nothing to do except being friends. And that's it, you know, and I thought it was a wonderful encounter between two guys coming from two different universes. And that's why, you know, I fell in love with the book and I wanted to adapt it, you know. I guess it has also to do with an encounter between Europe and US, and this is what the film is dealing with, you know.
And it's fantastic casting. I mean, did you have the guys in mind before you sort of started working on this project? Or?
Yeah, it's the first time in my life that I'm writing a script for the actors. You know, I was so nervous when I started it because it's a film which was quite difficult to produce. You know, because the film is half French, half American, so it was quite tricky. So before writing it, you know, I was thinking who could play in that, you know, and I wrote it really for Benicio and Mathieu. They were the two guys, you know, and I thought, you know, if I can't have them, you know, I won't do the film. And so hopefully, you know, they liked the script, and that was it.
And tell me a bit about the process. Was it a long process putting this together? Because there seems to be a lot of things that have gone into it. There's so many different subjects and all your, you know, your different sequences, and it seems a lot of hard work.
Yeah. Oh, we had a long reading through with the actors, you know, a long reading through with Benicio, a lot of preparation, you know, about the, you know, Benicio is such a hard worker, you know, so he really knew the book by heart. You know, I thought that I knew the book, you know. Actually, when I met Benicio, he read the whole thing, you know, and he was so aware about each detail about the character, you know. So we had all this reading through with Benicio in Los Angeles, and it was a wonderful time. And after that, we worked with Mathieu and Benicio before the shooting. And after that, the shooting, we did it in a short time. We just had 6 weeks of shooting, you know, so I had really to go straight to the point, you know, for each scene, and to try to find the action in each scene, you know, how not to make it boring, you know, how to transform the dialogues into action. And so it was just 1 or 2 takes. It was perfect, and we were moving to the next scene.
And you've worked a lot with Mathieu, obviously.
Yeah.
Tell me about your relationship with him.
Yeah. He's great. He's the best in France. You know, he's my friend. I love him, you know, and I can identify with him, you know, so easily. You know, I mean, it's just great. Each time it's quite scary because each time we are afraid, it seems to me, Mathieu and I, to disappoint the other one. You see what I mean? Because we did all what we did together, you know. Each time that there is a new film, it's a new challenge. You know, how can I find something different? And this time it had to do with the fact that Mathieu was not speaking in his own language. He was speaking in English, you know, plus with this silly Hungarian accent, you know, and so, yeah, it was quite challenging for him. So, you know, it did go through this way, you know, for us to try to find something else, not to repeat ourselves, but to create something new, you know, a new character and not a sequel from the previous movies.
And I mean, the film has, I guess, the main sort of theme about friendship, but there's so many other stories involved in this. What do you sort of want people to mostly take away from it when they see it?
I guess it's what I'm good at. you know, is to have a lot of themes and to melt them. You know, this is what I'm doing for my living, you know, to use all these themes and to try to transform them into one symphony. You know, but it seems to me really that the guide in the film, even if you have all these themes and motifs coming here and there, you know, the girl, the love stories, you know, the dramas, etc. There is one thing which is so simple, which is so basic, you know, which is this Jewish European guy meeting a native Catholic guy, and how the two guys get along, you know, and start to be friends. It seems to me that really the film is as simple as that.
And how important is it to you to show at a festival like this?
Oh, it's so important. It's so important. I've been here a few times, you know, but also it's an international place, you know, and the film because it's European and American, it was really important to be here, you know, even if it's in the French selection because I'm French, you know, but yeah, it was important. And once again, it's so warm for the actors, you know. For the directors, I don't know, I can't say, you know, we have a hard time, you know, we directors, you know, in Cannes. But for the actors, you know, the theater is so warm with them, you know, there is so much friendship and dedication to cinema that, you know, when I can offer that as a gift, you know, to the actors, you know, it's an accomplishment.
And when you come to things like this, do you have sort of time to hang out and see other films, or is it just constantly, you know, work?
No, it's work, yeah. I think that perhaps I will have the time to see one film this evening, you know. So I will try to escape to the press and to go in to see one film, because there is a close friend of mine who is showing his film here. It's Claude Lanzmann, so I want to see the new Claude Lanzmann movie, so I guess at 7 I will be at the Claude Lanzmann screening. 3 hours and a half long, a documentary piece. Yeah, I will go and see that.
Well, good luck with that. And just tell us what else you've got coming up after this.
Sorry?
Est-ce qu'il y a d'autres projets auxquels vous êtes en train de travailler maintenant?
I wrote because this film was so, yeah, I started to write a new script, which is about adolescence in France. You know, so it's sort of, yeah, let's say a love story between very, very young people, you know, very, very young people. You know, the girl is 16 years old, the guy is 17 years old, and to try to find my own way to translate that kind of romance in something brash and aggressive, and so this is what I'm working on now.
And that will be in French?
Yeah, okay. It will be.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Spoke in English, that was brilliant. Can you hear me okay? Yeah.
Je te remercie. Merci.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So you ready to go? Brilliant. Congratulations on the film.
You liked it?
Yeah, I loved it. It premiered last night. How are you sort of feeling after the premiere? I heard you all got very drunk last night.
No, not too drunk. It was, I felt during the projection sort of incredible attention of the audience. And that's why I'm so impressed by Desplechin. I mean, it's crazy to do a film like that. How can you interest people about two guys in a room talking and psychoanalysis? I mean, come on, that's the most boring thing in the world. And no, he managed to bring that. It's like a big adventure. It's like a novel. It's like a saga. It's like diving underwater and finding hidden fishes that we have inside and that we don't know about. And people were really, and what is important in Cannes is that all the audience are very different. They are people from Cannes who don't really like movies, they just want to show themselves, and no, they didn't move, nobody left. They were like that. I think the film just talks to everybody, it seems to be. That's what I felt yesterday.
And that's what I found really intriguing, was the detail that goes into it, and how sort of, you know, Arnaud manages to sort of keep your attention on the characters, because both of them are quite complex, and you've got your own story, you know, your own sort of love story going on within this whole story.
Yes.
Tell me a bit about your your character and your relationships in the film.
Yes, we discover things pieces by pieces of this strange man who first, at the beginning of the film when he arrives, when you see him in the bar to receive a phone call, and you see that he just needs some money to live because maybe he's just a crook, you know, knows nothing. And in fact, he knows nothing about the Blackfoot. He doesn't know anything, really. He knows about another tribe, but not really the Blackfoot. That's why each time he has to note the words, because it's not the same language. And he knows about the Mojaves, but he doesn't know about the Blackfoot. And then something grows, and a sort of friendship that just falls upon them. Like a surprise between those two men that are both without roots, maybe, that are refusing to have a clear identity also. I'm not only Jewish, I don't want people, you know, the Hungarian that just left his country. At the end of his life, Devreux, the real Devreux, he spread his ashes in an Indian cemetery.
Okay.
You see, and he was French, and then he was American, and then he was anthropologist, and then he studied Greek culture. He loved dogs. He loved women. He loved. I mean, he was like everybody. He did several things, but sometimes we are asked to be only one thing, or to define yourself as only from where you come from. And that could be a sickness also. And as he says, I didn't cure Jimmy because he was an Indian. I just because maybe I could do something for him, but... And there's a link between Freud, psychoanalysis, and the dreams in the native culture, something like that he feels.
When you do a film like this, which pays a lot of attention to what the mind and what people think, do you learn things about yourself in the process whilst making it?
About myself.
About yourself, yeah.
Oh no, that you discover maybe years after, certainly, but it's more technical. It's not my language, it's in English. There's an accent to try to invent. We had very little time to shoot, so you have to be, not to slip, you have to know your lines perfectly so that you can do only one take, maybe 2 takes, that's all. I had no time, I had to go quickly to the other. And so I have affection for Arnaud, so I just want to be the tool that is le plus aiguisé, I mean, that cuts the better, you know, and to be... So I try to be very concentrated. I worked a lot to be ready, yes.
And how was it doing the accent for you?
It's strange, it's scary. I don't like composition. I worked with a Hungarian actor, Attila Tóth, and an American friend of mine who's a dialect actor coach called Peggy Hall. And yeah, it was Arnaud's idea. I would have never have the idea because I'm not an actor, so never I could ask for a coach. I'm too shy for that. But he wanted, so I spent a lot of time working with him. And it's like cycling, bicyclette. You just do it more and more and more, and then it pours out. The thing is, not to think about the accent, that the audience doesn't think about it, like they don't think about the costume, or they don't think about the fact that it's takes place in 47. Arnaud brings a sort of discreet spirit that you feel. I find the costume and the sets, the location, incredibly present. I mean, like if it was real, the accent, it was just natural.
And with so many themes sort of covered in this film, what do you want people to take away from it?
I don't want people to, they do their own film. It's true that you can tell yourself a lot of different stories. Some will be maybe moved more by the fact that Jimmy let down his daughter, this story maybe. Some will be more interested maybe at that moment in their life by sexuality, the relationship to women. Others will like this incredible, beautiful love story with Gina McKee, who's a marvelous actress and woman, and this story that is heartbreaking. You know, some will see it like a Western. Some will see like, it's true, because there's landscapes, there's Indians, there's lots of things. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I